ladies and gentlemen, here!
My baby, talk about low down skagatoon, yeah.
You knew this was coming. I want to ask you about the Saturday Night Live appearance
Yeah.
of Fear, which you were a part of. Why don't you just give a little talk about how that came about and what happened?
Well, a couple days before the show, we knew that Fear was going to be playing up at the Peppermint Lounge, and a lot of people were going to go up for that just to see him. But about 3 or 4 days before the show, Fear called up and talked to a couple people in D.C. and said they wanted like 30 people to go up on the Saturday Night Live show to jam and dance while they were playing.
I got a call around 10 in the morning, and a voice said, "Hey, this is Lorne Michaels, Saturday Night Live." He said, "Hey, listen, we got this great punk band coming on the show, this band Fear, and we want some authentic punks to come up to come dance." I said, "I don't understand." He goes, "Hold on a second." And then another voice comes on, and it says, "Ian, hey, this is John Belushi." All right. Yes. And he says, "Listen, I'm buddies with the guys from Fear. I'm doing a cameo on the show. I told him I'd do the cameo if Fear could play. But I want to bring some punks up, and you put together some people to come up and just dance for the Saturday Night Live."
At John's behest, calling Washington, D.C. and having some bands with some people, supposed to be like 15 people, come up to New York to the studio to be audience, to give a live...
I read maybe it was like Minor Threat guys or something like that.
Actual punk rock audience rather than just Mr. and Mrs. Missouri.
So Fear called you then, and they got
Fear and Michael O'Donoghue.
Yeah, that's what I understand. Mike O'Donoghue, saw
people from Saturday Night Live too. It wasn't just Fear.
They urged them. They were familiar with you from, I guess, if my story is correct, you were like at the Black Flag show.
Me and a couple buddies had seen Belushi at the Black Flag show, and we smoked joints with him and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he's cool.
No kidding. That's funny. Did you get a bus together?
No, everybody drove by themselves. We didn't even know who was going to be there until we got there. I was going to go for Fear on the Sunday night, the night after Saturday Night Live, and then we just decided at the last minute to go down for the Saturday night.
That's wild.
Scraped up enough cash.
October 30th, 1981, I took this photo of Misfits and the Necros played together at the Ukrainian Cultural Hall near St. Mark's Place. That's Harley, Corey Rusk from the Necros, and then Barry Hensler. And then Corey and Barry end up going to Saturday Night Live the next night.
I bump into Ian MacKaye and he's like, "Yo, we're all going up. Fear's playing on Saturday Night Live tonight. Show up at Rockefeller Center at this time and, everybody's gonna get in." So we roll up there, and get in the fucking hallway and it's like, holy shit, there's a fucking mob of punk rockers.
By the time they get to New York, there's not 15 people, there's like 80 of them.
And we were talking. We said, "Listen, this is a dress rehearsal. Don't blow it. Don't blow it. Because if we blow it during the dress rehearsal, we're definitely not going to go on the live show."
Fear told us to everybody to just mellow out and just stand around and all that. And so nobody was really jamming that much. So I didn't even go down. I stayed upstairs. Mm-hmm. They had us locked up in this room upstairs where we could see from behind it. And, I didn't even think it was worthwhile going downstairs if they just wanted us to stand around and book 20.
This was just for the practice session, right?
Yeah. And they said that we could do whatever we wanted once the band came on for the real show.
We knocked over a $60,000 camera at soundcheck.
A friend of mine hit a camera.
We were led back to the green room. They said, "You have just caused $100,000 worth of damage." And they said, "Well, you're obviously not going to do the live show." Well, then Belushi said, "Well, I'm not doing my cameo."
Some machinations behind the scenes went on. We're back on again.
We were then told, "You can do the show, but you got to keep it cool." But obviously, our plan was the opposite.
Musical guest, Fear.
So here we go. We're going to slam dance on network TV.
Fear comes on and it was like, boom! Everybody starts diving off the stage, running up into the audience, diving on top of audience members. John Belushi's going nuts. Little by little, this fight breaks out between, the New York people and the DC people. People were fighting, falling into the audience members.
This is called New York's all right if you like saxophones.
This is the contact sheet for being at Saturday Night Live when Fear played. You see the live performance of Fear on stage. So I didn't go down to obviously slam dance because that wasn't my thing. So I stood up there in the green room taking photographs through the glass consecutively of the action that was happening.
If you look at it, you will hear one moment where the microphone stand falls into the crowd and you hear someone shout.
Somebody grabs a mic and says,
This is a...
And that voice belongs to me.
But the best part of the whole night to me is just before they went to they cut, and some dude walks out with a huge pumpkin.
I watched it on TV, and I remember the closeout as Jay is bringing this pumpkin over. He's gonna like throw it into the crowd.
Yeah.
And then before he gets a chance to do that, it fades out into the commercial.
If you do watch the YouTube video, you hear somebody say, "Billy, get the pumpkin."
One of our guys, this guy Bill McKenzie, coming out holding the pumpkin above his head because he's just getting ready to smash it. And that's when they just cut it off. They cut us off, they kicked us out.
Is it true that you smashed the pumpkin?
Yeah, but they cut it out like right in the middle of the last song.
I got the pumpkin off the side, and I'm walking out, and I could see myself walking out on the stage because I was facing the crowd, and I got up like this.
cut, tell them to cut, go to stock footage, hurry up, cut, not cut, they'll never be shown on Saturday Night Live again.
And supposedly it was like the first time in like 30, 40 years that they went to dead air.
Stage manager got hit with a pumpkin during our performance and smashed all over.
Smacks the fucking guy right in the head with it. The guy fucking falls on the ground, and the next thing, that's when the shit hit the fucking fan. Everyone's picking up pumpkins. The next thing you know, the cops are chasing all these punk rockers down the halls of like Rockefeller Center.
That summer when Minor Threat number 3 record was made, we sat in the basement of Beecher Street folding them and always watching Saturday Night Live. Like it would go really late on a Saturday and we'd fold and glue those record sleeves. So, Saturday Night Live was part of our what we did. So it was like really exciting to actually be a part of Saturday Night Live.
I've got a couple newspaper articles.
Right.
I've got the one from the Post.
New York papers, of course, sensationalized it, said you did $200,000 worth of damage.
Of course.
Yeah, when actually it was very minor.
It wouldn't be fun if they didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
I get a phone call at the Four Seasons and they said, hello, is leaving there? I said, yes, that's me. Who's this? Said, this is so-and-so from the New York Post, and we have it on good account that you caused $10,000 worth of damage to the studio at Rockefeller Center last night on NBC, Saturday Night Live. And I said, that's a bold-faced lie. We're professionals. We caused $400,000 worth of damage to the studio. I counted it myself. Bang! They printed it.
So he gave this quote to the paper, and that's when they went wild with it. Mm-hmm. And it kind of was embellished, but the press went with it.
And no matter how much they make about it, they got all the advertising for free that they got out of that. So they enjoyed. Maybe they don't say it, but they enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, that's for sure. They definitely took it a long way. So let's see what happens. I wonder if Saturday Night Live will have another hardcore band.
I wouldn't think so. Hopefully, it would be nice.
Yeah, well, that's good. It was a positive step.
If you like saxophone.
Thank you, Mackenzie, for everything.
Yeah, thanks.
Did good.